For over 8 years, I've been publishing videos on this YouTube channel. In that time, I've also come out with several books and audiobooks. I've done all of this without having ever shared anything about me other than my name. Until now. There are many reasons for why I've never shown my face or shared anything explicit about who I am or who's behind the channel and books. One is simply privacy. Another is maintaining a sense of divide between my work, online life, and personal life. Another, and perhaps one of the biggest reasons, is that I never wanted me as an individual to be the headline or focus of my work. I didn't want a face or personality explicitly entering and skewing the frame. I think there's something powerful about experiencing someone's work in a relative vacuum of context. Of course, no one ever fully escapes the frame of their work. My voice is always still there, both in a literal and literary sense. My choice of topics, ideas, words, visuals, pacing, and music, that's always there and an expression of me. Another reason is also just fear. The fear of being perceived, evaluated, reduced. Being perceived can be unsettling on any level. Add the reflection of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of eyeballs, and it feels like it's enough to burn a hole right through your brain. I've also recently been preparing to come out with a new book, The Terrible Paradox of Self-Awareness. I'll talk more about it in a moment, but if you're interested, it comes out March 10th, and you can pre-order it now through the link in the description. One thing that's become increasingly clear to me recently is that in a world where more and more people don't really make the stuff they make, at least not in the way we've come to expect, for better or for worse, hiding behind rationales for anonymity doesn't feel as viable or meaningful anymore. People are increasingly unsure of what's real and how things are made, and for good reasons. But seeing comments on work where countless hours were dedicated to every detail of every stage, suggesting something's AI generated, is a strange and upsetting part of the technological shift we're currently living through. My main interest has been and remains writing. Writing has brought me everywhere, figuratively, into history, across the world, into my conscious and subconscious mind, into the perspectives of others. It has taken me apart almost as many times as it has put me back together. I intend to continue writing for as long as I can see into the future, but with the future that seems a bit blurry, anywhere I can add clarity of authorship, of humanity, of effort and intention, I think it's worth it. So, with that being said, here I am. My name is Robert Pantano, and I'm the writer and creator behind Pursuit of Wonder, as well as books like The Art of Living a Meaningless Existence and Notes from the End of Everything, as well as my upcoming book, The Terrible Paradox of Self-Awareness. Pursuit of Wonder actually began as a book about the wonders and horrors of being alive. It was rejected by every publisher and agent that I sent it to. At the time, a decade or so ago, I was completely unknown, had no audience and no platform, so this was understandable. But instead of abandoning the project, I took the chapters I had written for the manuscript, adapted them into videos for YouTube, and posted them on this channel. After pretty quickly running out of initial material, I continued to research, write, produce, and post more videos. Since then, things have grown beyond even my naivest expectations. On the channel itself, it's been a one-man operation since the beginning. No team, no company, no backing. I do all the writing, the editing, the proofing, the animating, the voiceover, the audio mixing, the funding, and logistics. Of course, I've had help along the way, especially outside the channel, conversations, shared thoughts, and help with things like graphic design. And I'm grateful for all of it. The timing of this moment is pretty symbolic for me. My new upcoming book will be the first one that's traditionally published. All my other books were self-published. I did everything with limited resources and reach. This new book, however, will be available essentially everywhere books are sold. In a way, this moment feels like the final line segment, the connection point, that closes that circle I had started before Pursuit of Wonder existed. That first early manuscript never became a book, but it led to Pursuit of Wonder, which eventually led to the books I self-published, which then led to this right now, to this book and this moment. The Terrible Paradox of Self-Awareness explores many of these topics of selfhood, of letting go, of embracing uncertainty, and expressing and becoming oneself without restraint. It's about what it means to be something in the world that somehow knows it's something that doesn't quite understand how or what that something is. It's for those of us who seek to live well within this absurd condition, to embrace the uncertainty, to let go more, to care less about what doesn't matter, and to see the pains and struggles of human existence and know that it's somehow all worth it. On that note, if you've ever found meaning in my work, or it's resonated with you in some way, I hope you'll consider giving my new book a read. It's an entirely new nonfiction work of mine, written from the ground up. You can pre-order it now using the link in the description. It comes out March 10th, and pre-orders genuinely make a huge difference for the long-term success of the book, because it shows the publisher and bookstores that it's worth stocking more. If you do choose to pre-order a copy, thank you so much in advance. It truly means a lot. Moving forward, I plan to show up a bit more in certain videos, and perhaps a bit more outside the channel. No big changes, just occasionally showing up peripherally. I also want to take this opportunity to thank you directly, regardless of whether you order my books, regardless of whether you've done anything other than watch a single video or read a single page. I sincerely appreciate you. Even a few seconds of your attention is something I don't take for granted. I couldn't be any more fortunate to be able to engage in and write about what I do. And it has been a privilege and honor to have been able to do so for so long, for so many people, and in a way that seems to resonate. And so, as always, thank you so much for watching in general, and see you next video.